folks, back with another video. Today's video, as the title suggests, is What If Naruto Was Raised by the Raikage Part 2. And the like goal for this video is going to be 400 likes for another part, and 450 for another part, followed closely behind this one. So make sure to share the video to someone who likes What Ifs, or just anime content in general. Make sure to do that. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions on this, video. What is suggestions if you really want to. And subscribe, as my goal is to get to 10k by the end of the year, and maybe even 100,000 depending on how fast we grow. Anyhow, we left off with Naruto and Sasuke being put in a 3-on-2 situation versus Toka, Zabuza's sister, and Haki, Haku's brother. And we can now start the story here. Haku was a girl in this timeline, as well as Haki himself. As Kakashi was fighting Zabuza and Sakura was protecting Tazuna with a kunai in hand, and we can start here. Naruto, seeing that Haki was upset that he had hurt his sister, would smirk. 3 Senbon would then come towards Naruto as he would move out of the way, but they would hit his legs, somewhere he hadn't predicted them to launch, which slowed him down gravely, but it was to no avail. Haki had angered Naruto. Naruto would then unsheath his blade, laced with blood from, hurting Haku and disrupting her spinal cord. He would then funnel electricity through this blade, mixed with his own chakra. This sword is an extension of my will itself, because I am Naruto of the Hidden Cloud Village. And now Leaf, as he muttered under his breath, as well as the 4th Hokage's son, and the Jinchuriki of the 9 Tails. C is my name. This word being uttered from Naruto's tongue and or mouth would shock Zabuza, Haki, Haku, and Toka. Haku, whose spinal cord had been disrupted, would try to stand hearing this name to protect his comrades. Naruto would then spin, slamming his blade into the ground and making Haku, die. This would enrage them all even more. Kakashi would then ask Zabuza who C was, as he would explain that he is a legendary ninja, feared in all villages except for the Leaf because of some arrangement made 9 years ago. Kakashi would be surprised and curious. He was not aware of any arrangement, and he was a pretty high-ranking Jonin in the village, so he thought he would be. And as such, they hadn't caught wind of C's endeavors. It said he easily tamed the beast Shukaku without his legs in one hand, as well as the fact that he had regularly sparred with the 4th Raikage, A, in the 8 Tails Jinchuriki, B. Kakashi would gasp. Taking on a Jinchuriki with one hand and the 1 Tails itself is a feat in its own right. That's something that Naruto had done. Naruto also has many more tales that are unknown, he would exclaim. But those tales and legends don't scare me. I'll fight until he is dead and claim a bounty. Over 1 million Ryo for me. Zabuza would quickly slash at Kakashi's legs, making him temporarily be immobile as he fell to the ground. As Kakashi thought to himself, damn it, he should have reacted in time. Now his team's in danger. What a bad sensei he is. Zabuza would then go to aid the others, as Naruto would then implant his sword into the ground yet again, rushing into the fight completely induced in the vibe of fighting. Naruto would dodge one of Toka's blows, pulling out his short sword and clashing with her. Naruto would then move in a butterfly-like pattern around Toka as he hit a single tenketsu of hers. Jumping back, Haki would then be right behind him, moving in for the attack as Zabuza would jump up, bringing his sword down. Naruto would then barrel roll under this attack, turning to Haki, as he would then turn to Toka. Toka would look at Naruto and they would have a deadlock, as Naruto would then move, cutting all around her. This would basically give her short hair. Naruto's goal wasn't to hurt her. Not yet. He wanted to strip away her pride first, break the enemy down, slowly if you will. As he would then punch Zabuza's arm, grabbing this punch, Zabuza would, and twisting Naruto's arm vibrantly. Naruto, reacting to this, would use his free hand to grab Naruto's hand, and at the same time, Zabuza's head, pulling it down onto his knee. With a thud, Naruto would crack Zabuza's skull. as he grabbed his collar, throwing him into the ground. He would then create shadow clones, 3 in fact, to lift Zabuza up into the air as they would continue a combo on him. As they would throw kunai wire around him, basically wrapping around him, splashing water all over his body, and then lightning style, and using wind to push him around in the air vibrantly, as he would then pull him down abruptly, suddenly killing him in an instant. He would then look over at Haki and Toka with a smirk on his face, then at his comrade Sasuke. Sasuke, you need to leave now, and take Tazuna and Sakura with you. Sasuke would understand what Naruto meant, not wanting to, disobey his own comrade, and knowing that if he were to stay, it would only bring harm. Naruto would then nod at Sasuke, who would run even further, as he would then get to Tazuna's village, as we now switch to Naruto, who had activated 3 tails. Toka and Haki would start apologizing sporadically. Naruto, please, see, legendary warrior, we're sorry. Naruto would scoff at this claim and this apology. Only apologizing now that you know I'm C? You should have apologized the moment our eyes locked. Naruto would be angered by this even further. Gah! As Naruto would roar out in anger, a purple aura would then surround them, growing bigger and bigger, each second, and slowly engulfing Haki and Toka and Naruto. It would then create a dome around them. Naruto would then grab 2 of his short swords from around his waist, stabbing them into them both at the same time, as he would then tell Haki and Toka that he is C, the legendary ninja who will one day indeed bring peace throughout the world. With love, Toka and Haki on their deathbeds would tell Naruto that he is powerful. As they would die, Naruto would feel love towards them both, even though they were not his allies. Naruto would then fall on one knee. Seems I overdid it. As he had wasted too much chakra on pointless things like slashing the ground, making his enemies scared, Naruto would then dig into his deeper chakra reserves, something Kakashi had stated that he has in the Land of Waves, which could easily put him above Kage level. Creating an ice stream as he grabbed Kakashi's, body, gliding down it. He was able to create the jutsu because he studied Haku and Haki during their brief encounter. Naruto believes that this is the most that he can do, creating sort of streams or pathways, things of the sort, maybe a bath or 2, but that's all he believes that he can do with the ice style, as he is no Yuki, and he only used the nature transformation. As he does have the necessary requirements to use the Kekemoro / nature transformation, which is wind and water chakra natures. As Naruto would then create a bath for himself, making it an ice bath as he pondered the thought of killing and what it meant to take the life of another person. Naruto's ice bath looked like a bath of blood as it was completely red. Naruto had forgotten that Haki had slowed him down with his ice kunai as he would bandage his wounds, returning to the leaf with his team. They would then debrief Hiruzen, and later that day, they would all be told that they were registered by Kakashi for the Chunin exams. Naruto would train hard with Sasuke until he had to get some ramen, seeing an old man with long gray hair and the headband of a Sannin. Naruto would immediately recognize this as Jiraiya and the master of his father, something the Raikage had told him. Jiraiya, hearing Naruto say that he was his father's master, would immediately get serious, taking Naruto to an isolated training ground. Naruto would then explain his life to Sannin Jiraiya, who would be shocked at the events that had occurred in Naruto's life, but nevertheless, he was happy to see his godson. Jiraiya would then tell Naruto that he'll train him. Naruto in this timeline would already know how to use and walk on water as well as walls. So he skips straight to summoning jutsu. Naruto would get this down in an hour's time, and as the rest of their training will be spent on sparring heavily. Naruto would then wait for Sasuke to finish, as he would then train with Sasuke intensively, forcing him in most cases to use the Chidori, as we now skip to the Force of Death, with all of the events prior going the same besides Rock Lee and Naruto versus Sasuke, which I shall cover now. Naruto, before the fight, would ask if it could be on 2-on-1, with Lee gladly agreeing. Anyhow, Naruto would run at Lee with Sasuke at his side, as Sasuke would then kick Lee, with Naruto grabbing Lee midair and using a stage 1 lightning armor to spark electricity through Lee's body. Lee would have to activate the first gate of opening just to take the voltage through his body, as the sudden 6 times amp provided by the gates would off-guard Naruto. Lee would break free, as Sasuke would then run towards Lee with his Sharingan in its Tsutomoe state. As he threw a punch at Lee, Lee would sidestep this attack, grabbing Sasuke's arm and twisting it 42 degrees. Sasuke didn't like his arm being like this, so he would spark electricity through it. "Don't ever put my arm in that position," he would remark, "and you won't get the chance ever again." As he would then jump back, kicking Sasuke in his mouth, Sasuke would fall to the ground, getting back up as he put his hand and finger to his mouth. Sasuke would then put it in Ai's view, seeing blood and bleeding from his mouth and tongue. Sasuke's blood would stir inside of his veins as his pupils started to dilate. His body would be induced into the vibe of fighting as his Uchiha blood, well, it vibrated. Fighting, as he would then create a single shadow clone. Fighting was the word that echoed through his head. Fighting, fighting, fighting. As he would run towards Lee, Sasuke would remark that he was close to beating him, but he is far too weak to compare to my power. Lee at this would remark, Lee hearing it would activate the third gate, just for good measure, as Sasuke would then spin kick Lee, throwing 2 punches at Lee. As they connected, Lee would be tanking these attacks, but he would provide expressions with his tongue sticking out on his face that told different stories entirely. Sasuke would then punch Lee into the air, running over to the area that his Sharingan had predicted that he would land, as he would then put out his foot behind him, connecting with Lee's body. Sasuke would smirk, remarking that it's not over. His clone would then judo slam him onto the ground, as Sasuke within the interval, that he had done this, Naruto would appear out of nowhere, lifting Lee's body into the air in the interval that basically he had fell into the ground and lifted back up, throwing him like a human boomerang, which he had, went in, repeatedly putting his palm out and adding wind style to it to keep Lee moving, like a boomerang. And in a circular format, Sasuke would then prepare an Uchiha-style fireball jutsu with his clone doing the same. Naruto would then use gravity in tandem with wind style to create a pull effect, pulling him into the fireball. Naruto would then appear in front of Lee and Sasuke as Lee's burnt body glided through the fireball. Naruto would then pull back a punch, amped by his lightning armor in two-tail state. "It's over, Lee! Dynamic punch!" This punch would then connect with Lee's body, or so Naruto thought, as well as Sasuke. But a Jonin, who, looked like an older version of Lee to Naruto as well as Sasuke, appeared with his skin red as velvet. Guy would be slowly pushed back, as Naruto would tell Guy that he'd rather finish the attack on someone if that's okay. And that person's going to be you. Guy would say that it's okay, as 2 more tails would then appear at Naruto's collarbone. He was able to push Guy into the 5th gate and into the wall of the room. Lee would then stand up, looking at Guy with tears streaming down his face, apologizing for what he had done and how he was hurt. "Lee, I'm fine." "But Guy-sensei!" "Lee, I said I'm fine. Now rest up for the endeavors you'll have later for the tuning exams." Lee, with tears in his eyes, would walk out of the room before peeking his head in the room and bowing. "Guy-sensei, I will never fail you again!" Guy would again say that it's fine, as Lee would finally leave the room completely. Naruto would then tell Guy that he had went a little overboard, as Guy would tell Naruto that it's fine as well. "You showed the beauty of youth." Naruto would say, "Yeah, the beauty of youth, indeed." Walking away. Anyhow, we now have the Forest of Death, and this is where I'm going to be ending the part. And this, as always, was part 2, the What If the Raikage was raised Naruto. Basically, that's it. And I'm planning on doing the Mizukage, which is Yagura, the 4th Mizukage, in fact, soon enough. Not, tomorrow or anything. Maybe tomorrow, depends how I feel. But, 500 likes for another part, and just 450 to get another part in general. So make sure to like, share the video to someone who likes what ifs or anime content in general. Comment your thoughts down below. Check out my Discord server down below. Subscribe, and as always, well, it's been Rami X, and Rami X out.